Big D Entertainment, in association with Dipsy Doodle Productions, presents The Dave Holly Hour. Brought to you by Trio Jazz Club, Sioux Falls' premier jazz club. Enter as friends, leave as family. Phil's Pub. Phil's, your local dive with music for the people. Chaser's Food and Spirits. XL Chiropractic, and Quality Nails. The Dave Holly Hour features Sioux Empire Arts and Entertainment Conversations. A true lover of arts, entertainment, good food, and fun times, including an occasional Jack Daniels. Okay, so a few Jack Daniels. Here he is, Dave Holly.
Cheers, everyone. Thank you for joining the show here on Weekend Eve. Many of you know I have a love for jazz. Now, while I do not consider myself an aficionado, I do label myself as an appreciado. And I always appreciate local saxophone sensation Joel Shotwell being on the show. He'll be talking a lot about his latest band, Takeo Jones, and their self-titled first album. As he wrote, composed, arranged, and he has them copyrighted, he's given us explicit permission to play one song right after our conversation. Follow that with the dynamic dancing LiRa Dance Theater Company's Lisa Conlin and Raena Rasmussen. Their 11th season showcase, called Tremors and Soar, is tonight and Friday night. So come on in, join us as usual, waving the cover charge here at the Dipsy Doodle Productions studio. 3 words not spoken here, black tie affair. Come as you are. But it is BYOB. I will provide the ice. Of course, I am sipping a Jasper Newton, the drink name I chose years ago for a Jack Daniels Diet Coke with a lime. Now if they will only sponsor the show. So, let's get going.
Honey, look at this.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Yummy.
I know.
That'd be fantastic. You know what I'm talking about.
Dave's Fave. Each week, we salute a person or business I feel is worthy of a shout-out for any number of reasons. This week's Dave's Fave is my love, my wife, Carrie Spittler. I'm not just giving her that because she's my wife. I let her know that she's my Dave's Fave every day. But this time, it's because she is now a 7-year employee of XL Chiropractic for Doctors Perry Langston and Corey Tooney. While my love for her can't be matched, their love for her and what she represents and means to their practice is top-notch. They respect her in so many ways few employees receive from their employers. She already has every giveaway this show has ever had, including the newest coffee mug, but I'm positive I'll still find something to present her with. Hey, you want to know who and what else I favor? Go to the Dave's Faves page on the show website, DaveHollyHour.com. By the way, don't forget to join Monday nights at Chasers, West 12th and Ellis Road. Stop in for great food, great beverages, and fun times. Monday nights at 7, we play Dave Holly Hour Trivia, 7 fun rounds, and great prizes. This Monday, August 4th, will be Gang Up on Cancer Trivia. Come early to find a good table and have some food and drinks. Chasers, your neighborhood gathering place. Honorable mention. What made Dave laugh, chuckle, chortle, downright laugh my knee silly, or simply fill my heart with happiness? Well, it's a happiness one. To all those that have been cast for Goodnight Theater Collective's next season, congratulations. Many of the collective members that are already there will be on stage as usual, but they're going to be along with a lot of new faces. Which, of course, for me just means that my list of possible guests keeps growing and growing. Insert the bunny, for which I am very thankful that I will have that continuation of new people on the show. Later in the show, people that are returning, though, Lisa Conlin and Raena Rasmussen, and then coming up in just a minute or so, Joel Shotwell on the Dave Holly Hour. Looking for outstanding live music this week? Trio Jazz Club has another incredible lineup you won't want to miss. Thursday, Allie Peeler brings heartfelt songwriting, soulful vocals, and the unique sound of her ukulele to the trio stage. Friday, North Main Blues Review takes over with 2 shows featuring some of the region's top blues musicians. Saturday, legendary drummer Bobby Grip leads his jazz band through an evening of classic jazz favorites. Then come Tuesday, enjoy the soulful guitar vocals of Chris Beyer, and Wednesday, don't miss Jazz Jam, where local musicians come together for a completely improvised night of unforgettable music. Grab your tickets, find your seat, and experience it live at Trio Jazz Club. See more and get your tickets at triojazzclub.com.
Dr. Perry Langston and Dr. Corey Tooney know excellence is in you. That's why they provide you with excellent care at XL Chiropractic, improving your overall health in spirit, body, mind, and will. Get results the natural way. Arrange a consultation, 605-332-9235 or xlchiros.com. Excellent care for excellent people. XL Chiropractic, located at 4309 South Racket Drive in Sioux Falls.
Walking through the entryway of Phil's Pub, you can't help but notice the show pics and posters from the heyday of live bands in Sioux Falls. Phil's is back. They're on their way to reestablishing their iconic live music venue status. Come on into Phil's for a great local brew. You might just find yourself seeing some of the performers in those pictures, and a very good chance you'll see new acts that will end up being in pictures too. Phil's Pub, your local dive, with music for the people. Follow them on Facebook and other socials. Keep up to date with who's playing at the pub each week here on the Dave Holly Hour.
He's jazzed to the eyeballs. Once again, here's Dave Hawley. Crikey, mate.
Welcome back, everyone. You know I love to say it. I wrote it into my own contract, and it must be done. It is always a pleasure to talk Sioux Empire Arts and Entertainment. Oh, and what a pleasure to welcome this guy back to the Dipsy Doodle Production Studio. Joel Shotwell, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am absolutely incredible. Yeah, you know, I'm digging the new retirement thing, although it's hardly being retired.
Yeah, you don't want to do nothing.
Exactly. You know, because I've got this, I've got my voiceover stuff, and host trivia, you know, lots of different things. And I stay very busy, actually.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but it's stuff that I love to do.
Yeah, on your own time.
Yep.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And so I'm really enjoying that. And I have the feeling I'm really going to enjoy this new album from your latest group, your latest collab, Takeo Jones.
Yes, it's actually Takeo Jones.
Oh, Takeo.
But that's okay. We've had it.
That's right, because
everybody always
based off a taco, right?
Yeah, well, it was
the Taco John sign.
Yeah, the Taco John sign. We drove by, me and my daughter, and we jokingly, one of us, we just make up words that are similar all the time.
Right.
This one was Takeo Jones, and it kind of stuck. And I always write those things down. Hey, that might be something we could use someday. And when we were trying to figure out a name for the group, that was on the list, and everyone was like, I think that's the one. That feels right.
Well, I've seen you guys at Trio. Where else can people find you? Where else have you guys been playing?
Well, we played, you know, it's a new group. It's only been, it's real young. So we've played just at Trio. We played at McKinnon Park a couple of weeks ago on Monday night. And we played at the Black Hills Jazz Festival at Hay Camp Brewery. And that was fun. That was really awesome. So far, I think those are the gigs that we've done, and we're doing a show at the Matthews Opera House in October on the 9th, and then September 18th and 19th that weekend. That's the September 18th and 19th. You know what? This is how bad I am. I'm just going to check and make sure. Yep, 18th and 19th, we're doing the album release.
Trust me, if you have to get out your phone to know that, that's fine. I wish you would tell me what I was trying to remember to get. If it could do that.
The one thing I forgot at the store. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? You go there. In fact, I had a few years back, I was going to get ready to go down to Hy-Vee and get a few things. And so I sit there and go, I'm in the bathroom getting ready to leave, and I'm brushing my teeth, and I go, oh, hey, almost out of toothpaste. Better go get some toothpaste. Add that to your list. Of course, I hadn't written down the list. It was just up here in the melon.
Oh, yeah.
And so I get to Hy-Vee, and I get a few things. I come back. I'd forgotten the toothpaste.
Very typical. I don't even get a list anymore because there's always going to be a couple things that are just like,
anytime you go someplace, just go freewheeling with that cart and find stuff and put it in there.
That's what I do. Yep.
Takeo Jones, who was in this group along with you?
Yes, it's Christian DeYoung. He's a drummer, and he's an eye doctor. And
converted his garage into a studio, didn't he?
Yeah, well, it's like a shed, like an outbuilding shed.
Oh yeah,
and it's beautiful. Like inside, he built basically a big room that's all sound conditioned and stuff. It's great. It's really beautiful in there. And we rehearse in there, because nobody's out there.
Right.
He's out near Garrettson, and he's got when they bought the property, the lady was like, she would only sell to somebody who would take care of the cats that lived on the property, and there's 30 of them.
Oh my.
And so he had them all neutered and spayed, which is an amazing feat. And he takes care of them, but it's funny when you pull up because they're everywhere, and you got to be careful. But he'll start clapping. He'll be like, "Let's go!" And the cats will just follow him right into the barn. All of them. It's like he herds them in there. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen yet.
A true cat herder.
Yeah, it's pretty great. So it's cool. So Christian DeYoung is the drummer, and John Bakken.
Yep.
Who I'm sure you know.
Stand up.
He's wonderful. He plays electric bass and cello. And he's incredible. He's my spirit animal, is what I tell people. And he's a teacher in Brookings. And then Mark Romanowski, who's been a great friend and collaborator now for quite a few years, who works over at the co-op. He plays guitar. So
yeah. Oh man, it's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, thanks.
It's always great. When I tell people, they say, "Man, you do such a great job on that show." I said, because I have great guests.
Sure.
Yeah, it's the people you surround yourself with and add to. And that's just such a great way to collaborate in a number of ways.
Yeah.
And who knows where it leads.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's just a strange what could come out of everything. Mm-hmm. So how about when's the next time you're playing at Trio then?
That'll be the September 18th and 19th.
Okay.
The release weekend. So
all right.
It'll be 2 shows each night, and we're going to put the album on sale. It's on vinyl, and it's going to be kind of a party and kind of a celebration of all the work we did and stuff. So
what makes this difference from JAS and so forth that you're involved in?
Yeah, well, this is when we try to think of the type of music that this is, it's really hard to do, which is a good thing. I like that idea. But Romo had a good idea that it's garage jazz. It's like
I love it.
It's like a garage band.
Right.
For me, the whole thing is always kind of like just searching for like what my sound is, that idea of like, just figuring it out, which never is going to happen, but experimenting. But when I met Romo and worked with him a bunch, and the sound of his guitar is so close to what is in my heart from my youth.
Right.
I grew up listening to the grunge music of Seattle, and that was really where like my deep soul is, and that sound is right there, and just kind of accepting the fact of like, okay, what if the music that I conceive kind of comes from that place in my heart when I meditate on that kind of stuff? Like I can get that. Romo can make that sound, and John Bakken has this wonderful in between jazz and rock thing, that spirit of just like unabandoned. I'm going to go for it and go. So that was a kind of a no-brainer. And then Christian DeYoung is like just a swinging drummer.
Yeah.
And he's really, really solid time in technical. And so all 3 of these guys that are in the group in the sound, all like if one of them said no, I was having to redo everything. The whole idea would have been gone. It would have been, okay, so what's the next thing then? That's not going to work.
Right.
Because the whole concept was around, what if I put these 3 guys together, with me and in this idea. So
what about booking? Because these guys are also involved in other groups and so forth. Excuse me. What's the magic way to get all of you on the same date to be able to be out and doing a gig.
Yep, that's true. That's a juggling act, and I'm very much used to it because I get to play with a lot of really, really great people. So a big part of that is, planning ahead quite a bit, and our flexibility and willingness to sacrifice. All of us have sacrificed certain things because it's special. This is more than just here's a gig, and we've done this for less than other gigs because it's a new group and it's original. So not everybody's like, hey, this is not your wedding band,
Right.
So it's more difficult to find venues, and because we're starting from scratch again. So that's an interesting thing. The connections that you have, they trust you, but at the same time, it's a leap.
Right.
So it's a juggle, but we plan ahead, and again, a lot of us sacrifice whatever we need. Obviously not everything, but I could have this gig, but I'm going to do this gig, so.
I love the word sacrifice because the favorite meaning I've ever heard of it is you give something up for something better.
Yeah.
And I love it and I can tell that's in you, that you are the type of, hey, I'm going to sacrifice this, but I know that this is what either is A, calling in my heart, or B, just, better for the whole good and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. What makes you tick when you're up on stage?
Trying to get to, I don't know if I've ever seen a glance or been there, but on stage is a really great time for me to almost transcend, like become. This sounds really esoteric and weird, but it's true. But it's a true way because I feel very exposed, so then I can go in and leave my whole mind open so that I don't focus on anything. And when I get to the point where I can transcend that and I feel like everything is just flowing, that's what makes me tick, is getting to that feeling of hearing everything that's happening in the group, not responding to it with my ego or my front lobe, not having any dialogue with myself, just allowing things to happen. And I think people that are in the audience when I'm there, and the band when I'm there, and hopefully when they're trying to get there, they know that and they feel that. I think it's stronger that way because it's unimpeded by my own, the one other guy in my head,
right,
that tells me, I don't know if people are going to like that. Well, this is a little bit trite, and if you do this and that, and so I'm the thing that's making me tick is always getting to that point where it's that the flow and the openness, and hoping that everyone else resonates with that.
When you get into a solo and you're improvising, do you sometimes, when the solo's over, go, wow, where did that come from? You get so lost in your own groove and so forth?
Yeah, it's similar to that feeling for sure. Sometimes it's more of oftentimes I kind of come out of it and it's almost like I'm back. And I'm kind of like, and I'm almost done, like when you first wake up and there's no you yet.
Right.
It is that when I'm in my best place, and I like being challenged in other bands where it's things that it's harder for me to get there because things are more complicated or I'm not used to it. I'm not used to that style, but it's still, hopefully when I get done, I'm kind of like, well, where am I? Oh, everyone's here. Okay, cool. Thank you. Welcome back.
Is the new album that you have here for Takeo Jones? Is there an album title name to it?
It's just Takeo Jones.
Takeo Jones. What do they always call that? The
self-titled. Yep.
Yes, the self-titled. So you've got FOF, which we're going to play later. Down 9. We Never Fall, You Can't See Me. That's side A. flip it over. Thank you. Epinikian?
You got it. Yep.
All right. Epinikian. And Gens du Voyage?
Yep.
All right. And then
nice.
Dance Number.
Dance Number.
Okay, I can
pronounce
say
those
that
better than I do.
Tell us what was the inspiration for this and give us an idea of what type of, because these are all original that you wrote, correct?
Yep.
That's why we can play FOF later on.
Yeah.
Because you're saying, Dave, it's my copyright. Go ahead.
Yeah. They, there's a lot of grunginess in the music. There's a lot of freedom.
That's right. Garage jazz.
Yep. Garage jazz.
Should be the title of your next album.
That might be. Honestly, we thought about naming it that and other things, and we're like, let's just call it this one Takeo, because there'll be more, I'm sure. But there's a huge variety on there, but side A is definitely kind of more of a grungier side, but lots of improvisation. Side B, there's a lot of free. There's one song where in the middle it's kind of a free, chaotic. Epinikian was like a Greek, I think. Like when they would go to battle, after battle, and they were picking up bodies and stuff, they would sing an Epinikian, and it was a thing that they did. So that's kind of like you hear this kind of chant, and then you hear the battle, and then the Epinikian happens, and it's kind of like that. And that one's more free form. Gens du Voyage is the most probably standard type tune. It's based on Minor Swing, a Django Reinhardt and Stefan Grappelli song. I love that tune, and I just put it in a different key and then wrote a melody to it, and then put just a little hook at the end of it. And it's really like standard, and it's cool because they just nail it. And then the other ones, they're all very, very grungy, lots of cool sounds that are really unique to this band, I think.
When did you start writing?
Some of these
composing, shall we say? Yeah.
For this or just in general?
Just in general.
I think the first song that I actually wrote, I was in 7th grade or 8th grade, and it was for my garage band that practiced just down the street over here. It was a 3-piece band, and we wanted to be our guitar player wanted to be like Metallica. I wanted to be like Nirvana, and our drummer wanted to be like the Canadian trio with Geddy Lee. How can I not remember the name of that band? So that was probably the first song I wrote, and it was about a girl in a mall. So I started writing then, and in high school wrote a lot for bands that I was in, and different things. And in college is when I studied music, and I didn't write as much because I was just studying and practicing. And then once I went to my second college at USD to get my ed degree and took an arranging class, my teacher, Dr. Yarborough, let me basically compose instead of arrange. And I really wanted to do that anyway. And I would always kind of do that, but I stopped kind of doing it for a reason. Only just because I was just working on my craft, and so then I just hit him saying do that, please. Yeah. It was like, oh yeah, that's kind of what I do. It's then it's mine, and no one can tell me that it's wrong. That's kind of the beauty of it, is that when it's my music, no one can have any assumptions about
True.
it. And if they do, that's on them.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
their fault.
So when you go into a studio and recording jazz with all the improvisation that takes place, do you get sound engineers going, oh, what? and having to move things around a lot?
Well, yeah, it's interesting, but we were there Friday, got there about 3, and then all day Saturday, and then most of the day Sunday. And, that 6 hours or so that you spend the first day is just setting up, starting to get sounds. And then the next morning is kind of refining those sounds. It's a lot of hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
But the engineer he was great. Jack was his name, and he's 23 and just was an apprentice there. And he was a wizard. I was so impressed by him. he sets it, like we want to get it to set it and then forget it, because at that point you just capture it because you got to play it live. We're not tracking stuff in this music. It's all, we're going to do a whole take, and hopefully that take is good. We can comp things. So that means like we did 3 takes. Most of these tunes were done in 2 or 3 takes. In one, let's say we love the drum solo in this one, but this one has a better, bass solo. We can comp those in and out with pretty seamlessly, as long as we're somewhat on the same page as far as tempo and stuff like that. So there was a couple of those that we did, but mostly it is, just the engineer at that point is just making sure that nothing is going wrong. So when we're tracking lives,
make sure you're not clipping.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, damn, they went into the red again.
Yep. Bad take.
Yeah. And you're saying, no, we want to stay in the green, like money. People buy us.
Yeah.
So how long before this is going to come out for the public?
Public, we probably won't do a pre-release. It'll probably be September 18th and 19th.
Okay.
It's when it comes out.
Trio. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I thank you for the album.
Absolutely, yeah.
In fact, it's at least the second one. We got your JAS up there in frame, and I'm going to have to listen to this a few times before I put it in a frame, though.
Yeah. Please do.
Well, yeah, because, I really want to figure out, so what's this garage jazz? Yeah, I love the concept of it. I just can't wait to play it. And of course, we're going to play FOF coming up here in a little bit. And so looking forward to that. But so what about the other groups you are involved in?
They're working hard. Like just tonight, I have to leave at 3 to go play with JAS and Jamie Lynn at the Art Museum in Brookings. And then that same group is playing at Sioux River Folk Festival Friday night. And then Saturday we're playing a thing for a fundraiser in Vermilion. So they're rocking. The Joel Shotwell Quartet, who I love playing with, which has kind of been Al Bervin, Ruben Rodriguez, and John Kelly on keys. When gigs come up that we need something for, I love playing with that group. And of course I play with the Haig brothers and Mark Romanowski's surf rock band still plays. We do a lot of shows with Andrea Ross, and now that Jamie Lynn is back, we'll do shows with her, and it's definitely busy. I'm really blessed with being busy with playing, but it's playing that I don't even have to pick and choose anymore. I do get calls still for kind of random one-off gigs, but which can be fun, but I like it better when I know the people, and when you get a level of trust. So, been very busy with the other groups, and I'm blessed to be able to have that variety. It's really special, I think, and it's something that Sioux Falls allows for, where a big city might not, where, for me to make a living doing what I'm doing in a bigger city, I might have to sacrifice things or do things that I'm not real comfortable with.
That's a really good point, because a lot of people think, okay, the bigger the city, the better it's going to be. But I like how you just said that, because it's like, we're that right size where we can do things like this. Yeah. We've got Fellowship Jazz Center now, and boy, what an honor it was to accept the award at Sioux Falls Stage Awards.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't even realize that until like a couple of weeks later. I was like, we got an award. And I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and, I don't know if Mr. Daniel has spoken to you, but I'm trying to book some people, small group that would fit in trio, not December 15th this year, but December 15th, 2027.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
For a special birthday.
Oh, let's do it. What is it?
65th next year.
65? Sweet.
Yeah, 64 and 65 next year, which was going to be my retirement party. But, a certain Fortune 500 company decided that I should maybe retire early.
And you're like, fine, I'm out.
Well, yeah, it's like, okay, what do I do now? And it's just like, and it was so great because it happened on a Friday. It took 1 minute to be fired. And then Friday afternoons into the early evening, we typically go over to the Alpine
Oh, yeah, I love the album.
Yeah, and so Carrie says, so what do you want to do? I said, well, besides my own stuff, I would love to produce other people's podcasts.
Sure.
And
well, that's awesome.
And she said, then do it.
Yep.
And so it's like, okay, we've got that backing. We're doing fine. I just recorded a friend from Virginia Beach that was here a few weeks back and putting together his podcast.
Cool.
And got a few others on the line. And, so things are rolling. You know?
That's awesome.
And I love it that we have this opportunity. And I'm so thankful that we have such great people in the jazz community and that jazz is making a resurgence, locally, first of all, but also nationally. There's a lot going on.
Yeah. I do think that with the state of the way we are as people right now and in the culture, that when people see what happens in jazz, it's like this beautiful thing that can happen when in a perfect sense of collaboration, and people are recognize that. And I think that they're really starving for it. And when they get it, they feel almost, I mean, not healed, but they're getting what they're lacking, even just being, because the audience is just as much a part of it as we are. They really are. Without them, we could play and stuff. It's just not as fun. It's not, you don't get the same energy, and we don't, of course, we'd spend all this time doing it ourselves, and I spend all this time in my room all alone playing. But I don't know if I would do that if I didn't have the opportunity to share it with people.
Right.
Just the other night at Trio, Will had a little get together, and the band there's some people up there jamming. He's like, "Can I do?" Will, the bartender there at Trio, "Can I do a poem?" And I was like, because we've talked about it, and and it just never goes through. And I was like, all right, let's do it, and got him up there. And after we were all done, he's like, "That was crazy." And I was like, what was crazy about it? And he said, I mean, I just felt like you guys were moving with me, like as you never heard that poem before, and you guys were responding. I'm like, that's where I know, isn't that? That's why we're here. That's why when we leave, we're elevated.
Yeah. Well, I hope to join you in something along that line.
That would be great. Yeah.
I have a concept of a poem. Actually, it was not so much a poem as it was, okay, these would be great lyrics, but then, hey, let's face it, lyrics are poems.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
So it's called Layers of Love.
Cool.
Yeah, because, I love you. Different than the love I have for my wife, different than the love I have for family. And there's all these different layers of love as to, what we care about and what we enjoy in life. And, because along comes a grandchild and wow, there goes another. And it's just exhilarating the way it is. So I'll get busy on that now that I have time.
Yeah, no kidding. When we have those poetry jams,
those are
stuff
cool.
Like that. Yep. That's a perfect opportunity to bring in other guests. And the first time we did it, Will got too busy, so he wasn't gonna. But I was like, Will, you could do one too. We got there's room.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're just you would definitely be invited for that.
Oh, Will's been on the show as well.
Oh, sweet.
To talk about, Trio and as well to talk about it from, man, you get a lot of people you get to listen to.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talent out there. And the thing is, this talent just keeps growing and growing and growing. In fact, I know recently that, we had a summer camp, jazz camp.
Yeah.
And I think what's so great is when Fellowship Jazz Center Orchestra has a young band, either a high school or a college.
Yeah.
And they open for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I love seeing that.
Yeah, these young musicians in this city right now, and for the past 5 to 10 years, I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. The amount of talent that I've just seen in the last couple of years is absolutely insane. It is top notch. It's some of the best in the world, I would say. Even there's but it's up there, and it's all over the city, and I think it's just a product of just everybody just putting their head down and believing in it, like believing in the power, in the agency that music and arts can give a person, even if that's not what they do for their living. It makes it. I was just talking to a friend the other day about I grew up skateboarding, and I loved it.
I'm shocked.
In my I was okay. I mean, I had most of my friends were way better than me, but like I think about all my friends that skateboarded and did it, didn't just have one, they did it. They're all incredibly successful humans. They're not professional skateboarders, but it's an art form that teaches you to keep your head down, and the outcome might not come right away, or you might not get anything from it except for the joy of doing it.
Well, I always, when I get the opportunity to talk to some youth, I do say, yes, athletics are important. You can learn a lot from them. But here's the thing. Most likely, when you have been graduated from high school or college for 20 plus years, you won't be doing any of those. Maybe golf, tennis, or bowling or something. Mm-hmm. But you won't be wrestling. You won't be throwing shot put. You won't be on the football field, baseball field, unless you turn pro. You won't be doing that most likely. And you may have some spare parts because of having done that.
Yeah.
But you can still play a horn. You can still sing. You can still write.
Yeah.
You can still paint. Mm-hmm. You can still take pictures. So concentrate more on the arts.
Yeah.
Instead of just going, oh, yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Do it. Yeah. Do it all. I grew up in every sport I could play, I would play it. I'd love it. And yeah, you're right. I was just telling somebody I work with, just the other day that some of my knees, and there's certain parts of my body that don't ache like other people's because of wrestling,
Yeah.
But it taught me stuff. I think the more of it you can do, but the idea of no, I'm an athlete. I don't do art is silly, because the best athletes in the world are artists.
Yeah.
I always like to talk about Bill Russell, seeing paintings on the basketball court and how that changed the game. Yeah. It's people who have a wide, variety of things they do, they're just going to be better people, I think.
I saw a documentary on Bill Russell one time, and John Havlicek was one of the people that they had on there. And John Havlicek tells the story about, he says, I asked Bill one time, I said, Bill, when people ask you what you do, you never mention that you're a professional basketball player. And he said, yeah. He says, that's what I get paid for doing for a living, but it's not who I am.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I've always remembered that. Yeah. All right, my friend.
Sweet.
Oh, goodness. It's been a while since you've been in, so we've got some new questions. But this is my one that I'm loving of late.
Nice.
What will be the title of your autobiography?
Oh, man, that's funny. That's only funny because a friend of mine had just been, he likes to take just little things you say off the cuff and say, that's your autobiography. And I said something so stupid, and he said, that's going to be your autobiography. And I can't remember it now. Dang. He tried.
He tried.
Yeah, Joel Shotwell, he tried.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be cremated, but if I was ever going to have, a gravesite, it was going to be, he gave a damn.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hard question. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't want to, I don't think I'd want to name my own autobiography. That'd be way too hard. It would either come off real pretentious or like what I just did, just real self-deprecating.
Yeah, when you mentioned that, it's like, okay, here's kind of a cool one somebody could have. It could be say something stupid, and it could be taken in so many ways. And then if you put a comma in there, say something, stupid. All right, my friend, always such a pleasure to have you here. Love what you do. Keep doing it. And,
thanks.
That's the best part is I like to say I'm a rooter of success and a complimenter. That's what I really want. People will say, oh, yeah, that store probably won't last 6 months. It's like, how about being positive about it?
Yeah. And, well, I want to thank you. And if I can do a shout out quick, because
absolutely
people like you, and I want to shout out Kelsey Schroeder, because she, a year or so ago, about a year ago, she's like, where are you? And I was like, well, I'm all over. And she goes, yeah, but I don't know where you're at because you're not on Facebook and you're not on Instagram.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't do that. Just not my style. Like I don't want to be in that world. And she's like, well, I could do it for you. And I was like, really? And so she's been doing that for me, and it's been huge. But I'm learning that not that I'm not open to this, but like embracing people that want to help, that can do things that I don't do well. There's a lot that I don't do well. It's like something that I'm learning in my age now. And so I want to shout out you for sure, because this is huge. It helps the community big time. Wouldn't be what it is. And then of course, like Kelsey, because she comes and takes pictures. She bugs me when I don't tell her my dates. Hey, don't forget, people want to know. And it's really a huge thing. So thank you.
Oh, well, thank you, buddy. All right. And we've got a song to play here. Tell us about FOF.
FOF, this was like one of the earliest songs for this band that I wrote, and it was kind of an idea that was lingering on the desk, and then I was like, this will work for this group, and I can't remember if it's the original thought was FOF standing for fear of freedom, or freedom of fear, just because I was kind of like really meditating on the idea of like, why are we so scared to be free? And so that I had to put it down so that I wouldn't lose that thought. But it's like poppy. The song starts real poppy, and then it explodes into this like raging. And there's just 2 sections to the song. And in the studio, like we realized listening back to it, like the first time listening back, we just all like kind of bursted out laughing. And Romo was like, what is this? So it's a very dramatic kind of shift in that song. So
all right, and we'll continue in a bit, but first here's Taco Jones and FOF. Trio Jazz Club is an intimate music venue in the heart of Sioux Falls. It's family-owned and family-run. Ricardo and Mary Beth and the entire staff provide the art of hospitality, while the best local and regional musicians provide the smooth sounds. It's a great vibe with live music Tuesday through Saturday nights. The chefs and mixologists offer an amazing menu and beer and wine lists. Cocktails as smooth as the jazz. Join the club, Trio Jazz Club, across from the Washington Pavilion. Enter as friends, leave as family.
Ladies, when it's time to give your nails some love, get that extra special treatment from Quality Nails in Sioux Falls. Manicures and pedicures that look great and make you feel fantastic. Zaya and Tony don't simply provide the service, they provide professional care for your hands and feet, whether you just want the basics or you're looking for an extra special look with added flair. Oh, and guys, it's okay to treat yourself too. Quality Nails on Minnesota Avenue. Call for an appointment, 605-334-1463. Walk-ins welcome.
Never met a meal you didn't like. Here he is, Dave Holly.
Welcome back, everybody. So great to have the pleasure to talk Sioux Empire Arts and Entertainment, and so great to have these two beauties returning to the studio to talk about their show that's going to be tonight and Friday night. Welcome, LiRa Dance Theater Company, Lisa Conlin and Raena Rasmussen. How are you, ladies?
We're awesome. We are good.
Yeah, you always are.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you get to dance for a living.
That's right.
Bring
it does
joy.
Help. Yes. Yes.
Make sure that the rest of the world goes, oh, man, that was such a great show, wasn't it? And so tonight, tomorrow night, people will get to experience your 11th season shebang.
Yep.
All right. So what are we calling this one?
It's called Tremors and Soar.
Tremors and Soar, like SOAR, right?
Yes.
Like soar like an eagle. Okay.
Yes. But also soar, we're sore. Yes. Yes. We've been rehearsing every day for the last.
Well, you saw the ad that I'm giving you, right? That he can't dance.
Yes. Yes, it's in our program.
Yeah, and so I'm always happy to see you. And, you guys have so many classes going on, both individually and then as a company and so forth. What does it take, first of all, for a dance theater company in our size community to keep going this long? What's been the magic for the two of you? I know best of friends, first of all.
Yes, good friends helps.
Yes, that makes a huge difference, doesn't it? But, what's been the constant flow that you can say, hey, wow, people, you got to come see our show once again.
Yes.
Year after year it works.
Good question. I think for me, it's... I think Lisa and I love to create, and we also have new ideas every year, but we also have new people joining every year. Mm-hmm. So I think the new people help us stay, we want to be better every year.
Right.
So we want to create, but we also want to be better, but we also have new people that are bringing their expertise to the studio. And then we also have different choreographers besides ourselves that are inspiring us as well.
Well, what did I read? 35 dancers, 7 choreographers, something along that line?
32 dancers.
32, okay.
5 guest choreographers, and then Raena and I.
All right. Yeah. And then, is it shrouded in mystery? It also says 2 mistress of ceremonies.
Oh, yeah. So we are having Maddie Teetsy. She is an original company member. She's been with us for 11 years, and Rebecca Merriman.
Okay. I kind of guessed Rebecca.
Yeah. Yes.
Wasn't sure who the second was going to be.
Yes. And Maddie isn't dancing this year. She had a baby. And so she's doing the emceeing this year.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. She's amazing. They're both amazing.
How many routines are we going to be seeing this then?
I think is it 15 or 16?
Yep. Yeah.
Something like that. 15 or 16.
All right. Raena, you mentioned, that there's new people every year. You got new ideas. How much of the new ideas are influenced by new music you've heard.
Yes, definitely. For me, it's the music. So I'll find, before even our auditions on this Saturday, I'll have the music picked out for next year's show.
Wow.
So I feel like this week I get so inspired that this week I pick the music for next year. And then we have auditions for our next year's company already on Saturday. So I want to kind of have in my head an idea of what I want to create already for next year.
How many people do you get to auditions typically?
Usually about 40 to 45.
Yeah.
I think last year we had 50.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So it's just another thing about the growing community of art.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It is.
Yeah. Lisa, when you decided to get on board here, you had moved, correctly?
Yes.
Yeah. And so you said, hey, Raena, can we do this?
Yeah.
Were you expecting it at this length?
No. Well,
hoping, obviously, but expecting?
I wasn't sure what to expect, actually. And we had a great turnout that first year. I think the first year in the company, we had 15 dancers. And so it's doubled, in size over the 11 years. And I think what's super cool is people have heard about our company now. And so dancers in the company, if they all are like, also, a lot of them are studio owners, teachers, choreographers, but they also work in the workforce. So some of them have PhDs and master's degrees, and they're like solving cancer research scientists and doctors and, nurses. Yeah. And so they end up talking about it. And some of their friends maybe they work with have danced. And so we've had dancers come to the auditions because they've come and seen their friends in the show. And they were like, hey, I used to dance. And so it's really grown. And then some of mine and Raena's students have also, as they've gotten older, some of our students are in the show that we've taught for a long time. So it's just really cool to see how it's grown. And we love to do collaborations too with other organizations. And so I think the support of other organizations, a lot of our dancers work with Goodnight Theater Collective, and they work with Premier Playhouse and Monsters Company, and just so many different community organizations. And all of those people that lead those organizations are super supportive and collaborative. And we've done collaborations with them. And so I think I just feel like we're so blessed that we have all this community support. So I never expected that, when we started this.
So this year's theme, tell us how that came about. I always am interested. This is one of my favorite questions to ask.
Yes.
Because, having put on some shows myself.
Yes.
On a variety of things, it's like, okay, what's going to be the thing that moves this one? So how did you get to this point?
So Marlena Locklear, who's been coming to Sioux Falls to create for about over 15 years with Ballerina Dance Studio, comes and creates for Ballerina sometimes, but she also creates for LiRa Dance Theater Company. She's done a duet on Lisa and I. She's done some pieces in the past, just high intensity, really cool choreography. So she came this year to create for us and named her piece Tremors. Well, then we started looking at the pieces and how they were developing. And we looked at a lot of pieces and thought, this is so, like, it almost fits with the theme of what's happening. There's pieces of like regrowth in your life and changing, and also trauma and all the emotions. And then we were like, but then some of the pieces are really about like moving on and flying and being better. And so we were like, okay, it can't all be Tremors, but it could be Tremors plus something else. Yeah. So I feel like Tremors and Soar, both those words, you could relate to every piece that's in the company.
Yeah. And I think of that too, especially, Tremors threw me for a little bit when I read it.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. But you talk about that, and yes, I mean, we have that, and dance always expresses all the things that we have. But the one thing I've always loved about seeing very good dance is it's like you're flying, because you've got this, such ease that everybody has as they perform. And I think of that, man, what a great feeling that has to be when you do that.
Yeah.
Now I know, these are choreography pieces, but do you ever sometimes in those just feel like you've gotten lost?
Definitely.
And it is more of an improvisation that you're just, this is you?
I feel like when the dancers get so into it, sometimes you can make mistakes because you're so into the movement. And I love watching dancers tell the story. So each choreographer has a different voice, which is so cool that we bring, Raena and I each do 4 pieces in the show, and then it's the other 5 guest choreographers. And everybody's pieces have an intention and a story. And it's so cool to watch all the dancers and how they interpret their artistic expression. Yeah. And I love seeing their growth. And then the choreographers give notes on their pieces to help the dancers dig deeper. And of course, giving technical notes as well. But it's just so cool. Like one of my favorite pieces to dance is the piece Raena cast me. And I'm so blessed to be in that. I saw what I saw. And it tells a story of these 3 couples and the daughter, and it's just such a cool piece. And there's so many other cool pieces in the show, like Kristen Yost, she incorporates tap and contemporary movement together at the same time, and it's just so intricate choreography and so cool. I mean, there's so many cool moments in the show, like Raena said about Marlena's physically challenging, and I do a piece about the military nurses, honoring them, and Thomas does this amazing medley of 4 different styles, all weaved in one piece. And then Reagan does this amazing contemporary, aggressive, movement, contemporary. She's so good at that. So there's just so many cool things. And Mary Rogers' piece is like just so mesmerizing. So we have so many different pieces the dancers can really dig deep and feel the music and the story.
All right. So she cast you. Did you cast her?
Yes, she did.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Good question.
She's in my España piece.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah,
All right. Look forward to that, too.
Yeah.
But I always look forward no matter what, because this is just a great, like I say, I view dance as such an expression. Literally because of some disabilities and so forth, I can't dance anymore like I would like to. Surprisingly, one of the few things I can do is kind of dance, just shuffle about. But I sit there and think, man, I remember the day when I could do this.
Yes.
I remember when Shirley Anderson up at Southwest Minnesota State University taught me how to jitterbug, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's just, for me, it's not a way that I can express myself, but I can go and watch things being expressed. And I kind of live vicariously through LiRa every year because it's just such an enjoyment. Now, so you're talking about the auditions as well coming up on Saturday then. And so typically how many make it then and become actually part of the LiRa Dance Company Theater?
Yeah, good question. So usually Lisa and I kind of lay out kind of what the year is going to look like. And everybody auditions. Now, they might audition and say, I just want to be in 1 piece, or they might audition and say, I want to be in 12 pieces. So usually every person finds a place somewhere in the company, whether it's just 1 piece with Lisa or 3 pieces, with Lisa and I and 1 choreographer. Sometimes, because we're adults, women get pregnant. Sometimes people move. Sometimes people, get injured, or sometimes, people just decide like, I just can't do it. It's too much this year, or they transfer jobs or whatever. So usually every person that auditions, we find some role for them in the show.
Okay.
Yes.
Are there other shows that they'll be in as well?
Yes.
That lead up to the big finale of the season.
So we're auditioning 3 shows. Dancing with the Stars, Dancing with the Sioux Falls Stars.
Yes.
Always does guest performances there. And then some of the LiRa dancers are the pros with the celebrities. So there's that opportunity in the fall. And then we also are doing a show in April, but I don't think we can disclose that quite yet because it hasn't gone public yet. So we have
to be continued.
Yes, to be continued. So we have another show.
Make sure you bring it back in late March.
That's right. That's right. We'll be back in March.
Yeah, and then we also have our annual showcase in the end of July, early August. At the Ballerina Black Box Theater.
Yes.
So and then other gigs come up too. We always ask for different, corporate events, like Sanford might say something, we need a piece, or, a fashion show. We'll do some special dances, or for a church, so we get calls throughout the year.
Yeah. All right. So what age becomes availability or eligibility, I should say, to become this versus the ages you have that you're teaching and so forth?
Yes. So I've got, I think, 3 dancers right now that will be seniors at Ballerina. So next summer they will be freshmen going into college. So we usually say like 17, 18.
Okay.
So you could audition when you're 17, as long as you're probably going to be 18 that year.
Yeah. But my spirit's still 17. But.
Yeah, me too. Mine's like 16. So you have to be somewhat mature, just because we do a little bit more mature movement and more mature ideas.
Stories.
Right.
Yeah. So, but you can be, as long as you're willing to dance, you can be whatever age you really want to.
Yeah.
But we say, and we even have the Ballerina Dance Company in one piece. So there's, I think, 6 dancers who are in high school that will be in one piece tomorrow night and Friday night.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just, it's a wonderful thing to see, not just from a show point, but from a community aspect, from a look at what people have become aspect. I always, try to really grasp that art is so much more than something we see or hear.
Yes.
It's something that we take in. It's something we get to feel and experience throughout. So what was the first time that you two decided, besides putting this whole thing together, that you said, yeah, it's working?
I feel like that feeling hit me when we saw the audience come to our first show.
Same.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Because we were just like, I'm not going to cuss online, but...
it's a podcast, you may.
Okay, I was like, fuck, people are showing up. This is amazing. And I was also a little nervous because our sweet husbands were like putting all this platforms together, dripping sweat.
Yes.
Aaron or Mick was sick that day. They were like, not feeling good, white as a ghost, going out to some storage unit, pulling platforms out at the Museum of Visual Materials. And we're like, are we doing all this and nobody's going to show up? But I think that was it for me. All of a sudden we had a great cast. People were we had got rid of all the sitting room, I think, and people were standing.
Yes, we sold out, and we had standing room only too.
Yes, at our first show.
We were blown away by the support from everybody, and a lot of family and friends, but also other people too that had heard about it or had danced at Ballerina or all the things. And so we were so pleasantly surprised.
Yes, I think that was it for
Have you ever had to cancel because of weather?
No.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
Well, we always do our show in the summer.
Right.
Yeah.
But, there was just that crazy storm with the trees down.
Exactly. Well, a few years ago, I was producing a comedy show in Canton. And there were 2 tornadoes between here and Canton. And one of our performers made it with only 5 minutes to spare, and we sold out to a total of 6 attendees.
No.
Well, you know what? I do remember. Do you remember Calico Skies? When we were out at Calico Skies, there was one year.
Yeah.
We rotated. We were outside in the winery, the wine garden, and then we were in the event room, wedding room, and then we were in the bar at the end.
Oh.
And I remember.
I was there.
Like all of a sudden it's dark and it's lightning and storming and the wind. It got a little crazy. And I think some people left a little early.
Right.
Just to be safe.
Yeah, because it was further out.
Understandable on that.
And we did the year of COVID outside the pavilion. And we
I was there for that.
It was like so hot.
Yes.
Incredibly so.
Yes. And we were outside.
Guests were wearing masks outside before we knew anything. And it was just nuts. But I just remember someone said to me, look at your outfit, Raena. And I had a gray dress on and it was like
dripping wet.
Dripping. Yeah. But we were like, we're doing this.
Stuck.
Yeah. We were determined.
Yeah.
We were determined. And the show must go on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think when we were rehearsing, they had the speakers outside and I remember all of a sudden it started like trickling, and we had to like all like hurry and put the speakers away at the pavilion in the sculpture garden to protect the equipment. And
it's nice being indoors and not having to worry about
that. Exactly. Yeah. And you have a great space there, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
I remember seeing last year when we were at that. And then I also hear now that my friend Nancy Tapkin's going to be utilizing it.
She is. She's actually going to come tonight to the dress rehearsal.
Oh, fantastic.
So she's doing her show there in August. So yeah, I'm excited.
All right. So we're looking forward to that. And so many things going on, but so many things worthwhile going on.
Yes.
Yeah. And, you know, I just always think of the fact that, you know, everything's a learning experience as well as a entertaining experience. And maybe you might not be a huge dance fan. I highly recommend seeing this group do what they do because you're going to be told a story. You're going to be enlightened when you watch them. And some may be even a little bit jealous by watching them going, oh, man, I wonder if I could do that. But you know what? They teach too. And how do you think all of these people that are going to be in this show got to this point? Because they were educated in dance by these ladies, or maybe even they've gone on and taken college classes, majored in dance, other things. That's what makes it even more worthwhile, is to see how all of that takes place and comes together. And I have the feeling there's this little thing called, rehearsals.
Yes.
Yes.
How often do the rehearsals take place?
Well, we usually set the pieces after we do the auditions and the casting. We usually set all the choreographers, and Raena and I get together and we cast the show. And then we usually will set the piece like on a Friday and a Saturday in November or December and video everything. Everybody picks, usually it worked out really well this last year. Each choreographer picked a different month. And then we have review rehearsals in the late spring. And then we hit it hard and heavy in the summer on Mondays and Wednesday nights. And then this whole week is tech dress week.
Right.
So then it's every day.
Yeah.
You know, starting on Sunday through. Yeah.
Always the fun part.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. We're there. Yeah.
Those can be long sometimes.
Definitely.
Yes.
But so worth it at the end to see it. And again, when you, began the Black Box Theater there.
Yeah.
I always love it when I can see something go from stage A to B to C to, isn't this nice?
Yes.
And you're at that point of, isn't this nice?
Yes.
And
it's so nice.
So great that you're going to have other things going on there as well. All right. So again, it's tonight, Thursday night, and tomorrow night, Friday night. What do we have as 7 o'clock shows? What do we have for ticket prices, and how do we get them?
So ticket prices are $50, and that includes service fees, taxes. You also get, we have small bites, lots of little treats with cookies and cheese and crackers and meat and fruit and wine and water and all the things. So yeah, come early and you can enjoy all of that.
All right. General admission?
Yes. It's just we open the doors at 6:30 and it's general admission. So if you get there early, you can get your best seat.
All right.
We do have some people coming to the dress rehearsal tonight as well. Tickets are half price, $25, and you can come watch tonight and still drink wine and cheese and enjoy the show if you can't come tomorrow.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. You've both been here multiple times. You get different questions now at the end of the conversation.
Okay, here we go.
Than you have in the past.
Yes.
All right. So, Raena, let's start with you. What's going to be the title of your autobiography?
It's going to be, Did I Say Too Much?
I like it. All right, Lisa.
I think, let's see, my first word that came to mind is fly.
Oh. Ooh. I love it when there's words that can be taken in so many ways. And
Definitely.
expressed in so many ways. Fantastic. All right. Lisa Conlin, Raena Rasmussen, LiRa Dance Theater Company. tremors, and soar. Looking forward to it, ladies. And as always, thank you so much for having the time to be on the show.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
And we'll be back to wrap up the Dave Holly Hour in just a moment. Looking for great live music and a laid-back place to spend the evening? Make Phil's Pub your next stop. Every Thursday, join the fun with Trap the Queen of Spades, where the jackpot keeps growing and every game helps support community cats. On August 7, Flood Romeo returns to Phil's with another night of live local music and the signature Phil's atmosphere you know and love. Then in September, catch Matt D. on the 11th with his original Hard Luck Americana and Bad Man Ballads with no cover charge. And on September 18th, don't miss Colin Donnelly, bringing his gritty blend of outlaw country, rock, and honest storytelling to the Phil's stage. Grab a pizza, bring your friends, and settle in for another great night at Phil's Pub. See more at Phil's Facebook page.
Once again, Dave Holly.
Thanks again to my great guests, Joel Shotwell and Lisa Conlin and Raena Rasmussen. As we wrap up episode 330, let's give our weekend eve toast to writing testimonials. I think it's an honor being asked to write one for a business that I use and appreciate. I think everybody should be thankful if someone or a business respects you as much as you respect them and they ask you. Now, the toughest part for me in doing so? Keeping it to just 2 or 3 sentences. If you have an inkling to write one for this show, feel free. I just happen to know where you can do so. Our show website, davehollyhour.com. We have an updated look, so make sure you peruse the whole site, and then that way you'll know where to write in. Don't forget, you can listen to any episode anytime you want there. Also, the show is available on your favorite podcast platforms. Thank you all for supporting local arts and for taking the time to download and listen to so many episodes. I encourage you to find your art. Find the art you enjoy. Find the art you're interested in trying, and we shall see with the arts. As the Sioux Falls Arts Council says, together we art. As Arts South Dakota says, home is where the art is. As I say, put some art in your heart. Remember, my name is Dave Holly, and for me, every day is a holiday.
The Dave Holly Hour has been brought to you by Trio Jazz Club, Sioux Falls' premier jazz club. Enter as friends, leave as family. Phil's Pub, your local dive with music for the people. Chasers Food and Spirits, XL Chiropractic, and Quality Nails. Stay up to date on the show by following on Instagram and Facebook. All episodes available anytime at davehollyhour.com. The Dave Holly Hour is produced in the Dipsy Doodle Studios by Big D Entertainment.
Thanks for listening.